Welcome back. You are watching The Feed. Well, when you hear the words swooshable or cracklink, what do you think about? Probably not what some 25,000 Australian AAFOLs think. They're adult fans of Lego. Yeah, they just completed a couple of words of the glossary in the AAFOL glossary. It's growing as fast as the adult community itself. Now, imagine a room full of grown men and women, all obsessed with plastic bricks, competing to build their most impressive creation yet. Patrick Abood takes us inside a secret AAFOL meetup.
I don't go a day where there isn't Lego in my life.
A few years ago, I was diagnosed with a condition called Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, which affects your strength and coordination, particularly at the extremity. It was a real struggle. And it goes some way to explaining my interest in Lego.
If I'm in a Lego zone, I can lose the entire day. So usually I have to set alarms for myself, so I remember to go and do other things.
Lego only goes together in a precise way, which means that the lack of coordination has no bearing upon my ability to make stuff out of Lego. It wasn't a single point that it turned from hobby to obsession. It took a few years.
There is the thought, am I the only one out there? So when I did find that there were adults doing displays and building with Lego, it's a bit like a gay almost coming out of the closet. It's one of those things you sort of go, oh my God, there's a whole world out there. I'm not strange, I'm not alone, I'm not weird. It's been quite a relief. An AAFOL is an adult fan of Lego. Here in Australia, we tend to call ourselves AAFOLs, so Australian adult fans of Lego.
I often say to friends and family that Lego's not for kids. When they find out that I'm obsessed with Lego, they don't necessarily say to my face that it's kind of weird. They may think that. I'd be surprised if they didn't, in a lot of cases, think it's kind of weird.
Dean is 46 and Shelley, otherwise known as Brick Bunny, is 36. They're bonded by their passion for plastic blocks. There's 25,000 more adult fans of Lego just like them across Australia. Globally, there's around 250,000 people in the adult fan community. Dean and Shelley are gearing up for an AAFOL meetup, one of hundreds of weekly events run by fellow obsessives around the world.
Lego to me is everything. Lego for me is, it's great brain, great activity, it's so relaxing, and it's a great way to meet people of like minds.
Rob Deacon started this group where grown-up Lego lovers come to construct to their heart's content.
So when we talk about adult fans, you really, it's 18 plus, but I think a lot of the community who start getting into serious building, you tend to be in their 30s. I think at that point, it can be very expensive to build big models and collect Lego. So usually it's once you've got your career or your job established, and then you can commit 90% of your income to buying bricks.
Rob's never let anyone film here before because he doesn't want AAFOLs to be labelled freaks. About 20 people have turned up tonight, and with everyone's permission, he's invited us in.
Welcome everybody, thanks for coming along to here at Inside the Brick for our AAFOL night. It's great to see you all here, and I've got a whole lot of red bricks out there because we've got about 5,000 people on our Facebook page now, so I thought we could do some stunt where we could make something out of 5,000 red bricks. So enjoy, have fun.
Well, when I come to an AAFOL meeting, my primary reasoning for being there is to steal ideas.
Do I really have to say how old I am?
I love testing the limits of Lego, like building big things, just proving and trial and error and research and development.
Oh, what I love about Lego is if I'm stressed out, I might grab some Lego and just build whatever, and it can completely take your mind off, the hassles of the real world.
It's a hands-on, therapeutic, joyful toy. It's just a lot of fun to play with, really.
Inquisitive hands and lack of spatial awareness from the outside. There's probably more adult things you could do, but some people go out and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars go-karting and motor cars or fishing or whatever makes you happy. Whatever, this makes me happy.
There's about 400 million people buy Lego every year. It's a massive thing, like soccer. It's a major movement around the world. And so naturally with that number of people, there are lots of adults who are still into it. And these are the people who kept their childhood excitement about building and construction play through into their adult years. And some that have had dark ages where they didn't build, but then suddenly rediscover it when they get children.
And to win respect, Every AFOL must learn to speak Lego fluently. You just heard Rob say the words Dark Ages, just one expression in a massive glossary of terms that makes up the official AFOL language. Dark Ages means that period in a Lego fan's life when he or she sets aside Lego in favour of school, dating, cars and other non-Lego pursuits. Cheese slope refers to a Lego part with a 33-degree slope, 1x1 stud wide and 2 plates high. It's named after the fact that yellow pieces look like a wedge of cheese. Snot translates to studs not on top, a building technique that places Lego elements on their sides or even upside down to achieve the shape or structure the builder wants in their creation. And the list goes on and on. It's not all fun and games though. There's more than 150 huge international conventions every year that AFOLs work months in advance for, prepping displays, sometimes even competing for cash because Lego doesn't come cheap.
Last year, myself and Rob and another friend Shane, the three of us met up in Chicago to go to Brickworld, and we were very pleasantly surprised because the convention that we hold here in Melbourne stacks up very favourably. The AFOL community in Australia is thriving. I'm crazy enough to have travelled to our exhibitions in Brisbane and Canberra just in the last 12 months, and I'm hoping to go to one in Sydney in this year as well. So there's lots of events on, and there's a very, very large number of AFOLs building for those events.
Building with Lego can be extremely competitive. There are some out there who are just out to one better other people. When you build, particularly with other AFOLs, there's a lot of talent out there, and it's about using the pieces to their fullest potential. There are still pieces made back in the early 70s, even 60s, that people are sort of going, oh, you can do this with, more than anything else. It's a real buzz to sort of get that and go, oh, I can do this.
It's a toy that's been on the shelves for 50 years in Australia, so I think people have a great deal of nostalgia.
I would own a lot more than tens of thousands of bricks. I would think conservatively I would have 200 or 300,000 bricks available in my own personal collection for building with, and that's still expanding over time. I've never actually counted up how much I spend on Lego. I think if I did, I might scare myself off. I tend to just buy the Lego as I need it and try and not remember how much I've spent along the way.
My life's had a lot of ups and downs, and Lego's always been a constant. It's always been a source of joy. No matter what the hardship is, if you can find something you get joy in, then you'll make it.